to what extent does faith influence ethics in the human sciences?
Again with that ABC News exclusive, Kim Davis, the Kentucky clerk who refuses to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples, saying that would violate her Christian beliefs. She spent 6 days in jail for contempt of court, and the ACLU now claims she's interfering with marriages again.
Kim Davis is a county clerk from Rowan County, Kentucky, who refused to give multiple same-sex couples their marriage licenses because of her own religious personal belief, despite it being illegal for her to do that here in the United States.
And so 4.5 years ago, when Davis found God, she says she could not separate church from state, believing that a marriage is only between a man and a woman. Davis, who was elected in November as a Democrat, refuses to obey the opinion of the Supreme Court that sent her to jail for contempt. Davis was released from jail after being behind bars for 6 days, greeting the public at an emotional rally, even getting the attention of presidential hopeful Mike Huckabee. Now back at work, she's still refusing to put her name on any marriage licenses, forcing her deputies like Brian Mason to take over those duties.
Well, now Brian is signing all of the marriage licenses. Your name is not on those licenses. In your mind, are they still valid?
They're not valid in God's eyes, for one. And, I think the authority, I have given no authority to write a marriage license. They did not have my permission. They did not have my authorization.
One of the voters who finally received a marriage license said that he finally felt human. That was a direct quote. He was in tears. People will question, why is your moral conscience, Kim, more important than someone else's happiness?
I don't think dignity is guaranteed in the Constitution. I think dignity is something that you find within yourself. I feel really sad that someone could be so unhappy with themselves as a person that they did not feel dignified as a human being until they got a piece of paper. I mean, there's just so much more to life than that.
And this is really just the beginning for many clerks across the country. I am told by Davis's counsel that clerks in over 5 states are also seeking exemptions, like Kim Davis. They do not want their names on these gay marriage licenses.
And there have been new complaints, and she sounds pretty defiant there. So she is prepared to go back to jail?
She says she's prepared to go back to jail. She is digging her heels in.
Okay, Paul, thanks very much.
Ethics is the study of morals. It also discusses the various distinctions between the right choices and the wrong choices. The human sciences is kind of like the science behind how humans make their decisions. A combination of both ethics and the human sciences form politics. It shows how the government makes decisions. Faith is having a close affiliation or trust in someone, some organization, or even something. This can also include religion. On June 26, 2015, the Supreme Court ruled that gay marriage was now legal. This was done using Obergefell v. Hodges, which requires all states to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples, whether it be male or female. In the following clips, you can see how Kim Davis denies a same-sex couple their marriage license.
Well, if I could mention, I have a letter from the governor's office stating that all the county clerks are to issue marriage licenses.
I'm not being disrespectful to you.
You absolutely have disrespected
us like second-class citizens is what you're doing. You're telling us that we don't deserve the same rights that you do, that you have,
I'm saying
that you've enjoyed your entire life. Would you do this to an interracial couple?
A man and a woman, no.
How many times have you been married, Kim?
I just want you all to know that we are not issuing marriage license today,
Why?
pending
In contempt of court.
What appeal is left?
pending the appeal in the
It's been
6th
denied.
Circuit.
What's the appeal
appeal
in the
stay
6th
has
Circuit?
been denied.
Right. The injunction is the order that you're supposed to issue marriage
And
license.
we're not issuing marriage
The
license
Supreme
today.
Court denied your stay.
We are not issuing marriage license today. So
Based
I would,
on what?
I would ask you all to
Why are you not
go ahead
issuing
and
marriage licenses today?
Because I'm not.
Under
Why?
whose authority are you not
authority?
issuing
Under
licenses?
God's authority.
I don't.
According to federal law, Kim Davis isn't allowed to make choices in her work based off of her religious beliefs.
believe
God
in your
tell
God.
you to do this? Did God
I
tell
don't
you
believe
to
in your
treat
God.
us
I don't
like
believe in your
this?
I've
God.
asked you all to leave. You are interrupting my
You can call the police if you want us to
not
leave.
your business.
You can call the police. I pay your salary. I pay your salary. I pay you to discriminate against me right now. That's what I'm paying for. That's what I'm paying for. I'm paying for this memory with my partner that I love, that I've been with for 17 years. What's the longest you've been with someone, that you've been married to someone?
I'm asking you to leave.
I'm not leaving.
Okay, you all
I'm asking you
just
to
push
leave.
back
I'm not
away.
leaving.
You all
I'm
are
not
welcome
leaving.
to stay. Just
I
push
can't
back
help
away
that the
from the
press is
counter.
here.
No,
Just push back
we're
away
not
from the
leaving until
counter.
we have a license. We're not leaving
Then
until
you're
we
going to
have a
have a
license.
long day.
Well,
Good day.
call the police. When they come, I will ask them to arrest you.
Do your job.
Call the police. Call the police. I will ask them to arrest you. You should be ashamed of yourself. Everyone in this office should be ashamed of themselves. Is this what you want to remember? Is this what you want to remember? That you stood up for this? That your children have to look at you and realize that you're a bigot and you discriminated against people? Is that what you want? Is that what you want?
God does not belong in the county clerk's office.
There have even been cases in which pastors have accused Hollywood of having a gay agenda, specifically Ellen DeGeneres.
It's a pastor who wrote an article for the Christian Post where he accuses Hollywood of having a gay agenda and said that Ellen DeGeneres celebrates her lesbianism and marriage in between appearances of guests like Taylor Swift to attract young girls.
In Oregon, there was a Christian bakery that refused to make a wedding cake for a same-sex couple's marriage. The couple sued this bakery and the bakery was forced to close. There are also many other reasons that are non-religious against same-sex marriage. The most common non-religious reason for not having same-sex marriage is a biological reason. The most common biological example is with reproduction. To reproduce, nature favors heterosexuality, not homosexuality. The people who favor this argument go on to say how if animals were attracted to other animals of the same sex, there wouldn't be a growth in the population of the animal. They claim the same thing also applies to humans. So, does faith play a key role in influencing ethics and human sciences? Yes, it does. We can see how religion plays a key role in how we view certain things. Like with Donald Trump and how he wants to ban all Muslims from coming into the country. All because some people assume that because a person is Muslim, they could be a terrorist. This can also be seen in Indian history. One of the main reasons why the relationship between Bajrao and Mastani was frowned upon was because Mastani was a Muslim. So faith does influence ethics in the human sciences.